Welcome to Down in the Den. It's your boy Mars, the curator of culture, back again. And we have the man, the myth, the legend, three-time guest, Devan Trey. Brother, you're back for the hat trip. Welcome back to Down in the Den. How are you doing today?
Oh yeah, thank you for having me. I am fantastic. How are you doing, bro? It's been a minute since the last time we spoke.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute just hustling, expanding the brand. I see you doing the same thing. So I love to see the growth season by season by season. And all of the den mates are doing well, and you are no different now. So yeah, I'm doing good, bro.
What
What?
are you guys on right now?
Yeah, man. We're expanding, man. We're getting into not only music, but entertainment, travel, and leisure. So it's been a dream come true. And but this is the home. This is always going to be my home. So and what's been up since the last? I know the last time we talked, you were just beginning your foray from being a producer and going into
Yeah,
art. You dropped
yeah.
that single Miami, which is available down on all streaming platforms. How's that journey been from just starting off the producer, going to an artist, and now kind of going into your second season of really just going full mainstream as an artist? How's this journey been for you?
Bro, it's been crazy to say the least. I mean, I believe the last time we spoke was like last year, 2022, and
Yeah,
maybe on summer. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been more than a year. And so yeah, like you were saying with Miami, that was really my first release, ever. That was just really me testing the waters of whether I wanted to do this artist, this entire artist shit. Um, After that song, I took some time to just really lock in on switching over from like making beats to like recording music, and like the amount of progression that has occurred since Miami to now is just it's crazy, bro. Like I'm definitely like I fully locked into being an artist. I'm like not looking back. And this year I've been like I have like a team now. I got a manager. I got a company with like interns and whatnot. Like I'm really setting up like the infrastructure that I need business wise to really push myself as an artist. And next year I think like right now like the way I like to tell people is I feel more like a CEO rather than an artist. Like just setting up all my business stuff, getting
right.
all that shit together. And next year I'm just gonna go full like gas, full throttle on like the artist shit. Like I got hella music planned. For everyone watching, like I dropped an EP on all platforms to give everyone a taste of like what's to come. And that EP is the name is Trey Against the World because like right now it's just kind of indicative of my situation right now. I had to overcome like a lot of hurdles to get to the position I'm in right now. Um, I had to teach. I like record. I engineer myself literally in this room, in my college apartment. Um, like I have just like a $200 mic, my trusty like Scarlett Focusrite, I remember like I was recording hella music like last year, not last year, sorry, like a few months ago, getting progressively better, but the engineering was off,
Right.
Um, and I had connections that I built up through my producer days, Particularly, I know this one former music executive in New York, and he tapped me in with this engineer in LA, like some big shot engineer, And the engineer, so I like pulled up, we tapped in, we networked, we connected, and he was like, "Get your records mixed and mastered by this guy," right? I go there to LA, we get work in, and I don't know, like I just didn't like the way he went about, like engineering my music. Like I felt like I had a different sound than that. I not to say that like he was bad or anything. He was fantastic, but I kind of left the studio realizing like I had two options. Like I could like really just continue to like let my music get third party outsourced to other people, and then like the final creative product would be in the hands of other people, not just myself. Or I could teach myself that shit, and like I spent like the next 2 months like grinding audio engineering, and then like that's like just one of the hurdles I've had to overcome. And then there's just been so much more to just business wise, like getting a team together, getting everything together. There's still a lot more to come, but that's kind of where I'm at right now.
And but I'm so happy that you were able to not only look at those obstacles but overcome them, and that's something that we try to make sure people understand when you're stepping in the world to be an entertainer, be a producer, singer in this industry. A lot of it is trial by error, trial by fire, and then a lot of it is DIY, really just learning how to do it yourself, because at the end of the day, only you can present you the way that you truly, authentically should be. So, man, I think you should relish in those obstacles, because it just makes you better and still sharpen steel. So we're about 3/4 through the year, last quarter of the year, and you mentioned going on in the next year, you're really gonna just put the pedal to the metal and go full throttle on this artist. Um, we've talked about Miami, we've talked about your new EP, and you talked about the leaps and bounds that you have made. What would you say your sound has evolved to at this time? Not your forever sound, but as of right now, what would you describe your sound as?
Like, so I'll start off by talking about the EP. And I think with the EP, I really intended to make a body of work that is very like resonant with a like late night aesthetic. Like I just want people to be able to put something on driving, especially like maybe through a city at nighttime or something, and just vibe out, like just zone out type shit. Like I feel like a lot of the records on there are very introspective in nature. Um, and I think that really resonates with that whole like that late night aesthetic that I'm talking about. And I have some pretty creative production choices on there as well. Like, I mean, you won't believe me until you hear the song itself. But for the intro song on my EP, it's called Cortez, which is actually a homage to this like British streetwear brand that I'm like super into fashion. So like
Okay.
I have a few records where like I pay homage to certain like fashion like houses or brands that I like fuck with. So yeah, just like I was saying, one of those brands is Cortez. And for that song, like I sampled like EDM or like with my main producer, and like we flipped the EDM, like some ambient EDM, like sounding sonics into like this crazy, like just sonically like all over the place, but still cohesive like record. And to be honest with you, I don't know how to categorize that type of music. That's just me, That's like, what do you call that? You call that rap? You call that hip hop? You call that trap? Or you call that Devan Trey? Like I think it's the latter option.
I like that. I like that. And that
Yeah.
makes you one of one, and it gives you the ability to grow. Now, on this EP, is it you solo dolo, or have you collaborated with any artists as far as other lyricists? Like, is this project just you alone, just giving you a taste of you, or did you reach out and partner or collaborate with anyone?
So for this EP, it's just me.
Oh,
I didn't collaborate with anyone because I just wanted, like, again, like I think that pays homage to the title too, Trey against the world. It's me against the world. Like it's like a solo effort, solo initiative. I'm out there on my own against the world, and I think like having features on there would have kind of taken away from the
yeah.
significance of that like statement that I'm trying to make. Especially this being my like first ever like body of work that I ever like dropped officially. I just wanted it to be kind of like a solo effort.
I like that. I like that. I feel some of the most classic albums don't have a lot of collaborations, because you
Mm-hmm.
really get to see what that artist is about, man. I'm so proud of this growth and this expansion that you've taken, man. I just want to give you a salute from the heart. I love
Appreciate
seeing
it, bro. I
where you're
gotta
going.
I gotta send you the EP, like, cause
Please.
I need you to hear that what I was talking about with that EDM, bro.
Well, my saying is peace, love, unity, respect. That's from the Plur community. So I'm definitely an EDM head. I spent many a time at a festival. So please send that to me. I love when my den mates send me the music and, ask for my opinions on it. And so please, I can't wait to listen. I'll give it a full review, because we're doing reviews as well. Whatever you need, bro. I'm there.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. And just to add on to your question, I know initially you asked like what's the direction that you want, like you are heading in sonically. And I guess this is kind of like a very high preview of where I'm headed, because all of these records are like slotted for later. But just to give people like a sense of where I'm headed in, I kind of describe my like sound as a hybrid of like punk rap, um, and like indie pop and rock. Like I don't think I'm a rapper. I think I operate very loosely between the like sonic bounds of like rap and like fucking like rock music, indie pop music. Who's the last like hip hop artist like you've heard like make a fucking like indie pop song, bro? I have music like that.
Yeah, man, it's very, very few. You know, you have your Cuddies of the world, but it's very few, and that's the beauty about hip hop. Hip hop is able to infiltrate every single type of music and have a place in it. You know, you could rap over something classical, you could put it with EDM, you could put it with grunge, you could put it with hard rock. Hip hop is a perfect marriage. I call it the universal solvent because it goes good with everything. So yeah, put that shit on everything for sure.
Oh
So
yeah.
besides the EP, 2024 is the year of Trey. What can we expect for Trey? Is it going to be just putting out this music? Are we talking videos? Are we talking performances?
Oh
Obviously,
yeah.
with your talent, the sky's the limit. What can we look forward to in 2024?
I'm trying to do all of the above, you know. So shows. I'm thinking two projects. One will be a mixtape that will be like sort of a prelude to my album, my official album. And I have no problem in giving people like insight into all of this. Like I'll just be super candid about it. I'm calling my mixtape Prelude, and my first official studio album will be called Devan Trey, self-titled, because I just want to make that impact statement. Like, you know, um and with the mixtape that I have 3 records done. I'm trying to aim for 9, so that's 1/3 done. And with that, I'm trying to give people a very raw and visceral sense of who I am as an artist, you know, just a very unfiltered like sound. So, you know, like I'm kind of sacrificing on the like limits of commercialness, you know, I guess commercial,
Right.
just like, you know, just it's not as commercial in sound, it's more raw and visceral. But that's just I just want to start off my first real project just giving people the unfiltered like me, you know.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
and I think putting your first project out and not falling into the traps of just trying to go commercial and really putting a body of art at the end of the day is going to bode well for your long-term career. And it's not going to put you into a pigeonhole where they think you're just a TikTok artist or something. Of course, it's a
Yeah,
tool,
no. Yeah.
but someone that's going to have a career for years and decades to come.
And then with the album, you know, like it's definitely more commercial. I got all this planned out. Like I got songs on there that like I'm gonna be working extensively to like market and promote, like slot them in the right, I guess, parts of the release process. Because like I said, I want that like album to be like my impact statement, like, you know, like right there.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's my plan, bro. Like, and then in between we got singles, you know, like I'm gonna try to do like features and collaborations. I definitely want to like perform. I think for me, a lot of my music is very performative in nature. Like, and I've always been like very high energy. You know, like I kind of hate the comparison because I mean this is one of my favorite artists, but like I don't like being compared to anyone. But everyone will be like, you remind me of Travis. Like you just remind me of Travis. Like the way you dress, the way your like vocals are like fit. You know, like the warmth of the vocals, the production quality, and then just your tendencies to like fucking go crazy. And I'm like, bro, I'm sick of people calling me fucking Travis because I know my music doesn't sound like Travis. You know, even the engineer in LA was like, you know, like you should give me a Travis record and not like engineer your shit sounding like that. But I didn't like that because that's why I started engineering my own shit because I didn't like the fact that he was like engineering me in reference to any other artist. You know, like I was like, what the fuck is that? You know. But yeah.
No, it made sense. Now, obviously you're full throttle artist, and I love that. Are there still, for the people that don't know, it's a beat store select, do they still have an opportunity to purchase Devan Trey beats because your beats are most definitely fire?
Unfortunately, I only like send out beats to like people I like I'm tapped in with now, like, you know, like
Okay.
private clientele and whatnot. I don't sell beats online anymore, and like it's unfortunate because I know a lot of like back in the day, like I think that's how you found me too, because I was getting massive engagement on IG like a few years ago, just because I was putting up these crazy R&B instrumentals and shit, and people were like, "Damn, I never heard anything like that." And like for me, I don't know, like I just didn't get that fulfillment from selling beats to random people, you know? Like if I want to go tap into that lane again, I want to see the end product of my production. Like I want to be immersed in the process, the creative process of working with the artist and bringing that vision to life. I kind of hated the idea that I'm sitting in front of a computer selling a beat to some random arbitrary nobody, and then I'll never hear from them again. I'll never hear that song again. So I know that's a very long answer to your question, but yeah.
No, it's a very solid and most importantly authentic answer. And man, it's nothing like when you get that, always compared back to Quincy and Michael, when you get that artist and that producer that sync together. We've seen it recently with Nas and Hit Boy. You know, your Dre's and Snoops, your certain producer artists that just work together, peanut butter and jelly, and makes beautiful music. So I like that. That if you're going to go in that lane, you want to be fully involved in their project. So that's dope, brother. That's dope. Now, one thing that we've been doing this season, every interview, and we ask this, and I think you're the perfect artist to ask this question because you're of that generation of, I call it hyper digital, where everything's just, you know, loops and drops. And it's hyper digital. AI music. I'm sure you've peeped it. I'm sure you've looked at the technology. You can't run away from it. It's on YouTube. You'll see artists that have long passed away or collaborations that you never thought would happen. And some of them sound like garbled Frankenstein monsters, but some of them, one that comes to mind, I don't know if you saw the Super Mario Brothers movie, but someone did a AI Michael Jackson of the Peaches song. And I swear to God, it's a smash hit.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Can't tell the difference. What do you feel as an artist, not only as a musician, but someone who also produces? What do you feel AI, is it more detrimental to music? Or do you think it's just another tool that, if used properly and make sure people get their credit, can allow creators to create things? Because selfishly, I would love to hear a new Nipsey verse or a new Biggie verse or new. So if the families are getting paid or the artists are getting paid, do you think that's a tool that could actually help creativity, or do you think it's the depth of human touch into music?
Well, I feel like my opinion on this subject is probably kind of controversial given my age. I'm 20. I just turned 21. So I am of that generation that, you know, like it is like super AI oriented and like tech savvy and whatnot. But as a creative, I feel like AI takes away from the art form of like music, because at the end of the day, music is a form of artistic expression, right? And if like you're saying, you know, like if we had an AI generated Nipsey verse or whatever, right? Those bars, that form of expression didn't come from the man himself. It came from some digitized computer, like some synthesized processing that like some random person put in, right? And that to me is not real, you know. It's not authentic. It's like it takes away from like I feel like it's slightly disrespectful, you know. Like he's not around anymore. Like forget like the fact, or like let's talk about post artists who have like, you know, passed away. Like if we're using AI technologies to produce new versus new songs with these artists, right? It's like kind of disrespectful in nature because they're not even around, and you're just kind of like, I don't know, you're just taking their voice to like make something that's like fraudulent. You know, fundamentally it's fraudulent. It's not even them. And they have a say in it because they're not around to have a say in it. Like, I'll give you an example with, I don't know if you saw, but with Drake and The Weeknd, they had that one really famous AI track, right?
Yes.
And that shit got taken down quickly because both Drake and The Weeknd were probably not rocking with it, bro. You know what I mean? Their teams were not rocking with that shit. Now, if you do that for an artist who has passed away, they can't even do anything about it, you know, because at the end of the day, their team probably wants to make money still because their artist's not around anymore. So this AI is giving them a window to do that. But like, I can promise you, as an artist myself, if those people were around right now today, they would not be fucking with that. They would not fuck with people like using AI to just generate random shit, you know, that they didn't even rap or write. Especially lyrically oriented artists like Nipsey Hussle. Come on now. There's no way you can sit here and tell me that like Nipsey Hussle, like who is so like who we know to be so like versed in like the the codes of like, like the ethics of rap and like just like the art form itself, like to its purest degree, would be okay with that. I just don't see it,
No, I agree with you. I think it's exciting when you short term. It's kind of like
Mhm.
short term. It's exciting when you see, oh, new verse from Tupac or new verse from Aaliyah or whatever it may be, and then you hear that voice that you haven't heard on something that you wouldn't expect, and it's exciting for a second, but then long term, you really can see that slippery slope of where is anything authentic anymore. As we mentioned, that Weekend and Drake song, you couldn't tell it wasn't them digitally. You just could tell something was off as far as the delivery. But I mean, I definitely see where you're going. So let people know if there's an artist out there that's looking at you and they may want to collaborate with you musically. What's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
My IG, bro. My Instagram. At Devan Trey. It's right there. I think it's linked in the podcast. Just shoot me a DM. I'm very proactive on IG. And everything else on all other platforms like email and stuff, like it's more privy to getting spam and whatnot. So I'd probably be more reluctant to, respond to you on those such platforms. But Instagram, definitely hit me up.
Absolutely. Well, bro, man, I can't wait to see where 2024 takes you, man. You are so hyper talented, and I love to see the growth. More importantly, I love to see the structure, the plan, the game. This is what it's all about here on the Den. You can learn from Devan, 21 years young, but he's already got the CEO mindset. So I hope you guys are taking notes. This is what we do. Devan, before we go, please let the people know once again where they can find your music, obviously streaming everywhere, and any shout outs and anything they need to look out for, any dates they need to look out for. The floor is yours, brother. It's all you.
Yeah. So you can find all my music on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube, etc. And my social medias include Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, although I don't really use that shit. Um, and what else do I got? So I got Twitter too. I'm pretty active on Twitter. And literally across all of these platforms, just search up at Devan Trey and you'll find me. Um, and I would love for anyone watching this to just personally reach out, check out my EP, and like hit me up and let me know what you think about like what I'm putting out, or if you have any insight or opinions on like what I can do. Because honestly, for me right now, like I just want to build real personalized connections with anyone who's like into my music. Like that part of it is really important to me. I would love to have conversations with anyone watching this right now, regarding my music, regarding music in general, regarding life, whatever. Just hit me up, bro. I'm always here. And you can look forward to more music from me this year. I'm actually dropping a song this Friday. It's called Digital Dash. It will be available on all platforms at midnight Friday. Yeah. And I should have like bi-weekly releases and like monthly releases coming up, and for the rest of the year, just to supply that content, push things out, give people something to look forward to. So yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Well, we have to stream that new music on Friday the 13th. It's getting scary, scary hour,
Yes,
scary
sir.
hour. I
3
love
hours.
it. Well, brother, salute the growth, salute the strength, salute the movement. You know the Den mates and the friends of the Den are here for it, and anything you need on our side, you always got your bro, big bro, and me. Hit me up, and I'm there for you. Guys, please support my man Devan Trey. His music is phenomenal. The growth is phenomenal. Stream all of it. Do me a favor. Stream all of it 2 times, one in the morning, one
Oh
in the night.
yeah.
Daily. New music coming out Friday. Please check that out. EP, music, everything's out there. If you want to hit him up, it's at Devan Trey on all social media platforms. Please hit him up. He's a great guy, super talented guy. Also, shout out for the hookup with Den mate Quincy Isaiah, man. He's always looking out, spreading the word and the gospel of the Den, because that's what we do. It's all about that peace, love, and unity, respect.
Oh
So
yeah, of course, bro.
we
Quincy's my
love you.
guy.
Yes, sir.
And I'll make sure to send you my fucking shit right after this.
Send it,
So
man. I'll tap it in. I'll plug it in the speakers tonight.
Oh yeah.
I might vibe out in the car. I might have to take a ride to it because it's that riding music. So, man, I love it. Salute to you, brother. And as we end every episode the same, it's all about peace, love, unity, and respect. It's your boy Mars, Devan Trey. We out. Deuces.
Peace.